Pokémon X and Y came out 9 years ago. Hard to believe, isn't it? Grand Theft Auto 5 came out a month prior to X and Y, and about 4 more times since then even. Now, one of the best things about Pokémon X and Y were how it redefined the online experience. It added wonder trades, had events, and a ladder for battling, and in my opinion had the best online menu with the PSS page out of any other Pokémon game. I played Pokémon X and Y a ton when they first came out, especially with online battling and wonder trading, but do people still play Pokémon X and Y online in 2022? And if so, how active is it? Let's find out. Now, I made a video like this last year and people thought that the 3DS servers were shut down, but they're still up. Nintendo did recently announce that the eShop is closing around this time next year though, and although that doesn't necessarily mean that online connectivity in general will go down with it, I still think that the 3DS's online days are certainly numbered. Here we are in the game. I just successfully connected to the internet. As you can see, the passerbys are loading up and there's people online. A lot of players from Japan. It looks like pretty much everyone that's showing up is from Japan. None of my friends are online. What a shocker. Let's see if we can find a wonder trade first, because I imagine that would be the most populated bit of the online experience for this game. So let's go straight to wonder trade. Let's just save the game. The first couple of times I tried to do wonder trades, battles, or anything like that, it just wouldn't connect. At first I thought maybe I wasn't connecting to the servers, but then I realized I was seeing the passerby, so I was definitely connecting to something. And when the 3DS was new and I was playing it a ton doing online battles and trades like that, I never had an issue like this. So I just reset my internet settings and tried again. I then decided to check the GTS a little bit, and one of the first things I searched for was a Blaziken. And I found a ton of shiny Blazikens. Pretty cool, right? Not really when you can't trade for them. The reason why I couldn't trade for nearly all of these was because they either had no gender or their gender was just back. And in this case, this Blaziken's level was gender. Another Blaziken even had quit the GTS for its gender and level. I then decided to check Fletchling because I figured Fletchling would be very common. It's an early route Pokemon in X and Y, and I don't know why I didn't expect this, but in typical GTS fashion, we have somebody who wants to trade their low-level Fletchling for a Celebi, somebody who wants Arceus, Hoopa, and that's just the typical GTS. I give you low-level Pokemon, you give me high-level Legendary. I changed up my internet settings, so hopefully this wonder trade will work this time. I looked up the error code and apparently it meant something with like the 3DS can't establish a stable connection with another peer. Some technical term like that, so hopefully this fixes it. And I guess it did because we found somebody from Germany who was going to get a Zigzagoon on wonder trade. That was pretty quick. It only took maybe like 10 seconds to find somebody. We got Zigzagoon for a Zigzagoon. Fair trade. Thank you. Let's look for that Talonflame again and see if we can actually get it. So compared to last year, it seems like the GTS is pretty much the same in terms of like hacking and stuff like that. Maybe they're a bit worse though. I feel like I'm noticing a lot weirder stuff this time around and a lot of different names, and we instantly disconnect. So again, I don't know if this is an issue with my internet or if the people on the GTS are trolling and you can't actually trade for these Pokemon. But since the GTS, or since the Wonder Trade just worked, I don't really know. Let's go back to Battle Spa and see if this works then. Just random matchup. Free battle. I imagine singles will be the most populated, but I am also going to try doubles and triples just to see. I believe last year we didn't find any triple battles at all, which is a shame. I know triple battles weren't the most popular way to battle, and they were removed in Sun and Moon, and we haven't seen them come back since. Maybe with Scarlet and Violet they'll come back. That'd be kind of cool. But for now, we have to settle on just playing 6th-gen games if we really want to do triple battles, if we can find somebody online, that is. And we found somebody from Japan who wants to have a single battle. And if you notice, their icon there was actually an X and Y icon. So X and Y have this cool thing where you can actually battle with people at Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And if you're playing XY and you pair up with somebody playing Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they'll just have the default X and Y looking character. So if you see a default X and Y looking character, chances are it's probably somebody playing Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And look at our opponent's team. They have an Arceus. What a weird team. Ninjask, Arceus, Shedinja. So I'm not going to show the full battle here, but we did have a full battle. My opponent led with Snorlax, got outsped by my Garchomp, and went for Belly Drum, and then just died the turn after. I'm not really sure what that was about. They then sent out their Shedinja after seeing my Garchomp had crunched, and I thought maybe the Shedinja would have the Falcon Sash or something like that, but no, it didn't. I just went for Crunch and knocked it out. And then his last Pokemon was Ferrothorn, and I brought my Mega Charizard X, which I just Mega Evolved, because you can do that in this game. That's something that would be cool if it returned in Scarlet and Violet, but I really doubt it will. and I just one-shotted his Ferrothorn with my Charizard. So one thing that I really wondered was, I wonder if this person just actively plays this game like every day and they just search for random battles, or if they just happened to just pick up this game like I did after not playing it for so long and just hopped online to see what was going on. Because I did find this battle very, very quickly, so I imagine it's decently active, at least for singles. So now let's try doubles. So for doubles, I found somebody pretty much just as quick as singles. This time it was somebody from the United States. And as you can tell from their icon, they're also actually playing X and Y and not Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Their team was also entirely shiny, totally legit I'm sure, just like that Talonflame we tried to get earlier in the video. And they pretty much just spanned Protect and Wish with Umbreon for a few turns. And it was a relatively close battle, although they did land 4 Hypnosises, which was kind of annoying. They did have a shiny Mega Gardevoir, which looks sick in this game, by the way. And the battle was pretty close, with just us each only having 2 Pokemon. His Pokemon were a bit weaker than mine, but he still could have beaten me, and then we just disconnected. I don't know if we had a genuine disconnect, or if the other person turned their 3DS off, or what, but if you still want to find double battles, or single battles for that matter, on Pokemon X and Y, you can do it in 2022. So what about triple battles? If we found single battles and doubles so quick, why not try it? I did, and after a couple of minutes, we didn't find a single person doing triple battles. I believe last year we also didn't find anybody doing triple battles, and I guess that might be part of the reason why they decided to remove it for Generation 7 onwards, because nobody just played triple battles. Although it was a nice little cool extra feature that I did enjoy messing around with from time to time. I then decided to check on the passerby menu again in the PSS page. I really like this little feature since you can just click on some random person, ask them to trade or battle, and a lot of the times they actually do accept your trades or battles. So I tried this, I found some random person who was also playing Pokemon X and Y, and I offered up a shiny level 40 Suicune. The funny thing about this Suicune, by the way, is I think this is a legit event Suicune that I got and just had sitting on my PC forever. Originally, my trade partner, it didn't seem like they had that many Pokemon, as you can see from their boxes on the bottom half of the top screen. They initially offered me up just an Ivysaur, which I would have been fine with, but then they actually took the Ivysaur down and offered me a shiny level 100 Venusaur, probably because I offered them a shiny. And I thought that was pretty nice. I'm never going to use this Venusaur, but it is my favorite Gen 1 starter, and it was pretty nice of them to trade it to me. So that's Pokemon X and Y online in 2022. Do people still play this game online in the current year? Yeah, they kind of do. But if you want to play online and find single battles in the free menu, you can do that. You can find double battles in the free menu as well. You're going to struggle a bit finding triple battles. The second year in the row, I was unable to find triple battles. The GTS works, kind of, I guess. Like 90% of the Pokemon are hacked, most of which you can't even actually trade for because of how hacked they are. But you can still go and do wonder trades if you want to, which are really, really fun. And you can try to trade or battle with a random passerby, since the 2 times that I tried to trade with a random passerby while recording this video, they accepted it both times. I think it would be cool if we could see an actual player count to see how many people were online at one time to get a better idea of how active it was. But surprisingly, 9 years later, it's still pretty active. So if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, as one like goes a long way. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Have a good rest of your day, and bye-bye.